The Two-Sidedness of Grace, Part 2. This is transformative grace. Transformative grace is an aspect of God that says, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil?" Transformative grace is an aspect of God that leaves you vulnerable or susceptible to every evil arrow with a condition that your soul be preserved. Transformative grace is an aspect of God that allows Satan to buffet you no matter the prayer, no matter the supplication, the thorn remains active in your flesh. Transformative grace is when we take our problems to God, and this time He does not touch the issues in our life, but deals with us personally. Transformative grace is when God, instead of changing things around us, He decides to change our minds, our attitudes, our characters, our dispositions, and our thoughts. Transformative grace thrives to give value to you than your issues. Transformative grace is when you cry unto the Lord saying, "This mountain is too high to climb. Let it be removed." But God chooses to leave the mountain as it is and gives you strength and power to climb the mountain. Transformative grace is when you pray for God to deal with your enemies and He chooses to keep them alive. Transformative grace is when God gives your enemies long life so that He can show them that He is your God by blessing you with success. Transformative grace takes us from here to there. Transformative grace is when God plays rough, when everything goes to its worst, and even think God has abandoned you. Transformative grace is when you cry to God to restore your health from positive to negative, but He decides to give you long life with your positive state. If we were to be given a choice to choose between affirmative grace and transformative grace, affirmative grace would gain supremacy than transformative grace because our human nature ascribes more to a good life than a challenging one. Remember Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. His human aspect cried to Yahweh, the Father of all creation. He said, "Father, if it is possible, let this cup of affliction, let this cup of anguish, let this cup of sorrow and pain pass away from me." Transformative grace is a grace that challenges our faith in Yahweh, as it is written that the just shall live by faith. As long as we are in this present order, the two-sidedness of grace will be in operation in our lives. There will be seasons of affirmation, and there will also be seasons of transformation. The Father of lights, at His own discretion, decides the seasons of His aspect of grace on every person in this life. This is Prophetess Professor Smanya Abigail Carroll, PhD at Visions of Glory International. Peace.